All right, Western Civ, welcome to week 13. And I just want to start off by saying I think I have mainly good news for you all, at least for this semester. Next semester may be another story, but as you saw in my last post, there's going to be a 2-day strike only this semester. Okay, it's only going to happen this semester. And it's actually not related to the other topic. It's a response to bad faith that's taking place now. I'm not going to spend a lot of time addressing this because it's just frustrating. I mean, you just know. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I'm really frustrated that the powers that be just won't be fair, and that's all I'm going to say. If you want to participate at all or anything, feel free to talk to some of the professors, others that are organizing at MJC. I'm not there, so I'm not going to be able to participate, and all I'm going to be doing, and all I can do, is for those 2 days. I was confused myself. I was thinking it was this week. I guess it's next week, you know. But those 2 days, I will just disappear. I won't be answering emails or doing anything as a professor. But it probably won't really change a lot in regards to our class because, you know, I'm on top of the grading, and most of you can survive without my presence for 2 days. Some of you don't ever respond to me, write me a question or something. So. But that's the best I can do, and I'm appreciative of anything that you guys, when you guys can, if you want to show support. But it's not required, and I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to move on, and here we are. Well, at least we're going to get to finish up this great semester. And Thanksgiving is coming up, and I keep forgetting because I'm in the Netherlands, and that's not a holiday that. That they do here, really. I mean, they don't. And so I just want you to keep in mind, I made sure all the assignments are due Sunday, and I took off an assignment. So that's my Thanksgiving reaction for you. It's interesting, though, because I'm about a 10-minute walk from Peter's Kirk, which is Peter's church. And it's where the pilgrims actually migrated to as religious refugees from England. And then they came here, and this is all very much a part of the history of Leiden here. And then they bounced eventually into the U.S. On the pilgrimage mission, and they became the undocumented workers that took refuge in the East Coast of the United States. And anyhow. It's an interesting legacy, but it's also interesting because it deals a lot with our topic that we're dealing with this week, which is the West's legacy to people that are not from the West. And I think this is super important. And right now, this is the real big topic everywhere, Europe and here alike. And this goes to the heart of some of the things that I was addressing to you all, from the beginning, about the kind of controversy of the legacy of the West. Thinking about Thanksgiving and what it means to us as a nation, but what really it implies to, let's say, indigenous peoples in the United States. I mean, I think it's obvious, right? And we can contemplate that or not. Now, I feel that a lot of my friends are also vegan and vegetarian. I've kind of went down those paths off and on. I'm still open to it, So the holiday can mean a lot of things, different things to a lot of people. I have friends that just kind of have like vegetarian feasts. Some people don't celebrate it. Some people do a nice traditional Thanksgiving. I think that the idea of being thankful for bounty and spending times with family and friends is a good thing. If that's what it means, regardless of all the ways that we can look at the variations of the history. And being thankful and appreciative should also, I think, make us contemplate how the world became what it is, how it is what it is. And we look at just, what's happening right now in California, which breaks my heart, by the way, like what I see with everyone here. There's discussion about it having some possibilities, the fires of PG&E, a human mistake or two. The president accuses the management of things. There's a lot of different ways that people blame or look. People talk about climate change. The one thing that the fires in California show us is that people can have very good lives, and in the blink of an eye, a power that's stronger than you or your society can change that in a very negative way very quickly. The West, to much of the world, was like a fire instantly down on their civilization. That's for real talk. And many people never recovered. Entire villages were wiped out. I just watched a documentary on the Dutch East India Company and how they embedded themselves in Indonesia. I'm going to actually post that for you sometime this week if you want to watch it. It's really disturbing, but it's also very much in context to what we're learning this week. And the other thing is, I'm posting this video of a topic about Christmas here in the Netherlands that is really just, it's like I knew about this, but now I'm seeing it and it's like, whoa, so Christmas time out here is great, by the way. I mean, it's got the mood, I'm looking at the dark clouds out the window, and you have this old European area with lots of like pastries and cookies and chocolates. I mean, gosh, the food out here right now, I'm gonna just gain weight like crazy. This stuff is so good. And Santa Claus, he starts coming. He's already going through different towns in the Netherlands. He's traditionally comes from Spain, and he's dressed up in this medieval garb. But Santa has a helper. Santa's helper is Black Pete. He's a black slave. He's a white person put in blackface on. And it's really shocking and jarring as an American, because we know the context in which the blackface comes in immediately. But this is not something that all the Dutch people here have resolved. And part of it is because they didn't have slavery directly in the Netherlands. They had slavery in their colonies. And I think a lot of people here don't think about what kind of the Dutch did over there and that legacy. And many try to make arguments that it wasn't about slavery that this context came into, and this is not racism. Well, you can watch this video clip for yourself, and that I'm posting, and I think that it makes a pretty clear case for this. It's so wild. I go into a bookstore here, right, and I'm seeing kids' books, and some of these pictures and everything. It's like, oh, I can feel it. Like, it's, And then I went to the grocery store, great grocery store I go to all the time, and I'm seeing cookies and the chocolates. They're the Black Pete, and you just realize, like, man, this is still a thing here. And I've had different opinions. I've heard about this from the Dutch, but this is their kind of existential crisis, if you will, when it comes to a topic. And I notice when I talk to Dutch people about it, they kind of like to say, well, when we look at the U.S. and how everything you guys are, we're not so bad here. This is our worst problem, right? So it's like, well, I don't even know what to say about that on many different levels. Oh, God. Well, anyhow, watch the documentary clip, please. It's an eye-opener. And, hopefully, as we, keep learning more information, that we can start seeing these imbalances in the world and seeing the refugee crisis that takes place over here and the issue of mass immigration, legal or illegal, over in the United States, and look at this imbalanced world as something that has been created. It has a context. And that maybe if everybody starts becoming more conscious about the systems, the mechanisms in which created this world the way it is now, that we can try some different modes of production, different ways of doing things, and maybe think about the way we respond to what's happening. The world has a crisis. It's been in a state of crisis in many places, just like California is in a state of a crisis. And if we can empathize with each other in our own state, can we not empathize with each other beyond that, right? That's just my thought to say on this. So here I am, the lonely American. I mean, I'm with my friend. She's American here, but her coworkers, she's going to do some Thanksgiving thing from her work with some other Americans. I'm not going to be a part of that. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to drink some scotch and toast all of y'all this coming up holiday. Any case, we'll be in touch.